hello viewers. I'm here again with the 5th primary English. The name of the lesson that we are going to read it, that is the prodigal son. Okay. First, before we start reading from the book, let's clear the vocabulary. Okay. Umpteen. U-M-P-T-E-E-N. Umpteen means many. Inheritance means money or property which we get from our parents. That is inheritance. Prodigal means prodigal. You know, this prodigal son here. This prodigal means a person who wasted money in meaningless. Okay, that is a prodigal. Harsh means difficult. Hire mean a servant, you can say. And fetch means go and bring. To go and bring, that is fetch. Sometimes you are saying that fetch me a glass of water. Okay, feast is a big party meal that in which we are having variety of food. Okay, and marry is happy again. Entreat is a request. Okay, and slaving means to serve others by working like a slave. Tenderly means with love, with affection. And starve means hunger, very much hunger, that is starve. If someone is suffering from a hunger, very much hunger, that is starve. And famine means extremely scarcity of food. Okay, almost similar. Okay, so these are the vocabulary, these are the difficult word that I have taken from the chapter The Prodigal Son. This is your lesson number 6 and page number 61. Okay, this is the book. You can now go through the book with me. Now I'll explain you the chapter from the book. There was a rich man who had 2 sons. He loved his sons very much. The eldest son was hardworking and obedient, but the younger one wanted to enjoy without working hard. So there was a rich man. Okay, rich man in the sense the person who have everything, good in property, good food to eat. Okay, and that rich man had 2 sons. 2 sons means 2 boys. Okay, that person who was a rich, that person loved their sons. Both of the sons very much. Eldest son was very hardworking. He used to work very hard, and obedient means the one who obey. Whatever their parents says, order. One who is obeying the orders, that is obedient. But the younger one wanted to enjoy without working hard. But the younger one is naughty, you can say, and he want to enjoy all the time without working hard. He don't like working hard. He wanted to live a life of absolute freedom. He did not want to share any responsibility as he had an eye of his father's property. So that younger son wanted to live a freedom. He don't want to dominate from his parents. He always wanted to be independent and enjoy all the time. And he don't want to share his any responsibility. As his eye, he had an eye on his father's property. So the father is rich in this their family. So his younger son is always after their property. He said to his father, "Father, give me the share of the property that belongs to me." Okay, now he's asked his father that Abale, now it's time to give my share from your property. Okay, inheritance were normally given when the father died. Like inheritance means the property or money which we get from our parents, that is possible on this time just after the parent died. Okay, this brazen demand for an early division of estate was selfish and immature. Selfish means the one who become greedy, and immature means the one who is not mature. But the father divided his wealth between the 2 sons, and father he loved his son very much, so he decided to divide his wealth between both of them. Not a long time afterward, the youngest son traveled to a distant land where he wasted his money. He lavishly dined, wined and gambled. At last, when he had spent even the last penny, he almost starved to death. Now, just when he received the property from his father, he just went, some distant land. There he enjoyed, there he wasted all money. And he lavishly means spent a life of luxurious life. Okay? Spent money like a rich person. And then he dined, means had a delicious dinner. Wined, means he had a wine, drink. And then he gambled. Gamble means to play with the money. Okay? And last he spent, even the last penny, he almost starved to death. Means very soon he spent that money which he had, which he received from his father. And then there, he starved to death. That means he is dying, he became very hungry he became dying, from a hunger. There came a terrible famine throughout the country that made living harsh. And on that place, on that country, there was a terrible famine, just like us. Today we are having a coronavirus disease and everyone of us, we are suffering. So like the same way, in this country also, they are having a terrible, very horrible famine. Famine means extremely, scarcity of food, where there is nothing to eat. Okay, he had no money, no home to live in, and nothing to eat. Now he's having no money as he finished in gambling. So he don't have home to live in and nothing to eat. Now he's not, he don't have anything to eat. He badly needed a job. So, he started looking for a job. So he went and hired himself to one of the inhabitants of that country, who sent him on to his field to feed animal. He longed to make a meal of the pot the animal were eating, but no one gave him anything. Now he searched, he went everywhere for a job. He asked everyone to give a job, and no one, at last no one gave a job for him. The hunger pains made him to fall down, and he became unconscious. On regaining his consciousness, he thought, how many of my father's hired men have more bread than they want? While I am here dying of hunger, I will go to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I no longer deserve to be called a son of yours. Treat me as one of your hired men, and I will work for you. And there were so many hungers, people, and in front of all that people, he became unconscious. He fainted, and then to regain his consciousness, he thought that my father is having enough money. He is having a higher man to work for him, and then my father is paying money for all of us. So I'll go to my father and ask me to treat as a higher man. So he went there, okay? And he said, this would ensure him a place to live in and food to eat. He went to his father, who was patiently waiting for him to return. The father embraced the lost son and kissed him tenderly. After that incident, now he make a mind that I will go straight to my father and ask him to make him as a higher man, like a servant, and then he will pay me. And after he made a mind, he went to his father, and who was waiting impatiently. It means, patiently, impatiently he was waiting. Who was waiting? The father, who loved their son very much. And then when the father saw their son, coming back to him, he embraced, means to hold it, very tightly with love. Okay, hug, very enthusiastic, with willing to hug. Father gave a hug to his son very tightly, and the lost son, and kissed him tenderly, means he kissed his son very with a very love, with very kindness. Father, cried the son, I am sinned against heaven and before you. I am not worth calling your son. I have wronged you, my dear father, said the son. Now son is, that younger son was realizing, what he have done, by not obeying, by not hard working. He said, I'm not now, I feel shame to say that I'm your son. Okay, now the next page number 62. But the father said to his servant, Fetch a good robe quickly and put him on him, and bring a ring for his finger and shoes for his feet. Fetch the fat goat and kill it, and let us feast and enjoy ourselves. For my son here was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found. Okay, and they began to make merry. And then, what father said, order to his servant, just go quickly and get a ring on his finger, get a shoe on his feet, for his feet, and fetch that fat. We are having that fat goat, fat goat, where we can get a mutton, okay, and kill it. That fat goat, that father want to kill it, just to make a delicious food for his son. And then let us feast, means now we'll have a party, okay, and because my son is back. He was dead, now he is alive once again. So now let's enjoy, he said. And then began to make a merry. Merry means now they become, they start enjoying. His eldest son, who was out on the field, returned and heard music and dancing. Now his eldest son was very busy in working at field, okay, as he was very hard working. So he listened now, he listened the music coming from their house side and dancing. And then he called one of the fellow to him and asked what all that mean. So he called one, servant, like, call outside, and then he asked him, what is happening at my house? What's going on? Why the music is, louding? Who else at home? Okay. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has had the fat goat killed because he has got him home safe and sound. And your brother has come home today, and your father had got, the fat goat which we had, have at our home. That fat goat has killed by your father, he ordered, because to make a feast for others. Then he was angry and would not go in, but his father came out and entreated him. And then he got angry. That elder son was angry, as he was very hard working. He every day he is doing hard work. So he thought, why father is happy by home, the younger son. Okay, and then his father came out and requested him, and told everything to the elder son. And all these years, replied the son, I have been slaving for you, and I have never at any time disobeyed any of your orders. And yet you have never given me so much as a kid for me to enjoy myself with my friends. But now that this son of yours is back, who has destroyed up your property, who you have killed the fat goat for him. The elder son is very much angry. Now he said to his father that, my dear father, you are so mean, okay. I am working just like a servant, in this house. Even when I was wanted to enjoy with my friends, I never went out with my friends, okay. I just served you till today. And your youngest son, he's out. He destroyed your property. He did many bad things. Still, when he is home, then you are doing, party for him. And you have killed that fat goat for him, just for him, okay. You, my dear son, said the father, are always with me, and all that is mine is all yours. We are bound to make merry and rejoice, for this brother of yours was dead and has come back to life. He was lost and has been found. And here the father is, advising to his son that whatever I have, property, that you are the one who are going to have all my property. Don't worry at all. Okay. Now your brother is back. Your brother was dead. Now he came alive, just for us. Now we have to make merry. We have to make happy and rejoice. We have to make merry ourselves. Okay. And he was lost and has been found. He was lost from so many, days or month. Now we have found him. Okay. And the father said to his oldest son that one should not forget to rejoice when a sinner repent and return to God. So this is very important. This is, you can say, a moral education from this chapter, that if someone did a bad thing, okay, and then he repented, okay, and then he realized what he did and and ask to forgive, that time is the very important time for everyone, right? So it is the moment of pleasure that your brother has realized his mistake and is seeking mercy and forgiveness. Let us accept him, for he wants to become a good man. God teaches us to be kind and merciful. And then father said to his oldest son that one should not forget to rejoice. Okay, and one who is realizing, let him realize and let him encourage, okay, when he was realizing. So our God is also teaching us to be kind and to be merciful them who are feeling guilty and who are asking for a forgiveness. Okay, so this is the chapter of the prodigal son. I hope you have understood the chapter, and question answers use, please, you are going to do it on your own. Our story is very interesting. I hope you have understood the story. So if you have any questions, any query relating to this topic, the prodigal son, please contact me on my number. It's on your screen. Thank you, Julie.